What's up, everybody? Phil here with Miranda Detailing, going live this evening, and basically for a Q&A session. And I did want to talk about a subject about carpet extraction, which is a big one across the detailing community. We see a lot of videos online with carpet extraction, upholstery, carpet, all that stuff. And over the years, we've learned quite a few things about using the carpet extractor, and there's some pros and cons to it, but I know a lot of people use it, um, and they have a lot of success with it, but it all depends on a lot of different factors. So we'll wait for a few people to come in. How's it going, guys? What's up, Martin? How you doing? Tom Does Details. What's up? Hope everybody's having a good night. It's actually a little chilly here. Boston, Mass. Hey, that's awesome. I was actually born in Stoneham and lived in Somerville. That's where I grew up. So my parents still live there in Saugus, right outside of Boston. So yeah, Boston was kind of our stomping ground. So that's awesome. And every once in a while, I'll be looking over this direction because that's where my chats are. For some reason, the chats come up and then they fade away. I don't like that. I want them to stay. I don't know how to make them do that. I'm just using my iPad here. Let's see. I want all the chats visible. How's it going, Tony? You're right next door in Chelsea, Mass. Awesome. Oh, that's nice. Just wait for a few more people to come on. But yeah, I wanted to talk about carpet extraction and upholstery. Carpets can usually be pretty easy to extract, but you run into issues with upholstery. That's where things can get iffy. We've had quite a few jobs where it was, I believe, a Hyundai. I think some of the Hyundais, the Fords, and the Mazdas. Depending on the year and which model, you will get this very difficult to clean fabric. And it is really difficult. And at first, it doesn't seem so. At first, it looks like all the stains come up if you just steam it or hit it with some chemical and towels and brushes, and it seems to come up and then it starts to reappear again, and it's really, really difficult. And then you want to hit it with an extractor, and sometimes it makes it worse. It will actually continue to draw. It's like the more moisture you introduce, the more it wicks and the more it pulls up, no matter what cleaner. I know some guys are like, no, you need to use this cleaner, you need to use this cleaner, and this will help, and this will help. I've hit fabric with everything that I have had, from heavy degreasers to all sorts of stuff, and still it doesn't help. It's something about that fabric or underneath it. And I did learn, oh, that's going to be annoying. I got my heater that just kicked on. Oh well. I did learn that some of that fabric has a fire retardant built into it, and I've heard that is one of the factors, that's one of the factors that makes it so difficult to clean, because once moisture, water hits it, it stains it, and it'll keep drawing up that fire retardant that's in the fabric. That's what I've read, that's what I've heard, I've talked to a few people, so that could lend to it also. And maybe if it's been extracted before and you got all that out and it gets restained and you extract it, then it seems like it's perfect. But if it's the first time extracting it, you're pulling whatever that fire retardant material or powder or whatever is in that fabric, then it just creates a mess, and it's just so annoying. Mad Wax, how's it going? Greetings, Earthlings. Ryan, how's it going? Good to see everybody here. Callus, Auto Detailing, nice to see you here. Yeah, so man, extracting can just be such a nightmare sometimes, and then sometimes you clean the seats and everything comes out great. So it's weird. You never know what will happen. Usually carpets are pretty decent. You can get carpets looking really decent, really good with an extractor, sometimes just with a steamer and a brush. Hello from Portugal. Awesome. Nice to have you here. What's up? Gage's Detailing? Yeah, so just briefly talking about extracting carpets and upholstery, how much of a pain it can be. So let me know, guys, when have you ever come across certain upholstery that just will not clean up no matter what you attack it with? Whatever chemical you use that you love, the drill brushes, the extractors, the steamers, just everything, and nothing seems to work. It just drives you insane. It can be really frustrating, disheartening. So, how's it going, Benjamin? We have a nice little crowd of people that came and said hello. So yeah, let me know what you think about carpet extracting. You know, I love my extractor. I have an older Mighty Light 8070, which I got 10 years ago, and I had to do a little bit of surgery to it. I have a few videos where I replaced the pump. I replaced, what else to replace on it? The hose at one point. It's the same inline water injection line that I have on there since the beginning. I'm trying to think of anything else that I replaced on it. There was something else. The pump, not the heater. The heater is fine. The vacuum motor, that died, and I had to buy another one, which is more powerful now. But it's the same. It's that older body style of the Mighty Light extractor, and the thing is still a beast. It still runs so well and works perfectly. I would like to get a smaller extractor head for it, and I found one on eBay, but for some reason the seller has been away for weeks or months, and I don't know, I can't purchase it. But it's a nice little clear head plastic, 3-inch short, almost like a snub nose extractor wand, and it's really, really nice. It actually is awesome for small areas in upholstery. So I'll try to get one of those soon. So, hate those stains. You have to go over 1 million times. Yep, because the carpets are so bad. Yeah, exactly. You think you got it, and it just keeps drawing up. So, what's the best vacuum to use after the extract? I mean, I just use my rigid shop vac, the wet dry vac, and that does good. But usually after the extractor, it pulls up enough, and then I just let it air dry or put a blower on it and try to blow the as much of the moisture out as possible. So let's see, the vapor clean. Oh yeah, is that the one that actually just uses the steam, and it's a steam extractor basically? I've seen those before. Yep, yeah, steams and sucks up at the same time. Yeah, it looks like the perfect machine. That's right. So it doesn't oversaturate the seats. Sometimes oversaturation is bad. You end up going down a rabbit hole of a mess where you drop other stains. In fact, we've done jobs before where you see a little stain, and once you start hitting it with the extractor, it draws it up and it actually makes it worse. And there was nothing we could do. It was some sort of a dye. It actually was a color. I think it was like a blue dot that was on the seat. Could have been ink that just, stained the seat there, and a lot of ink may have gotten into the seat, but it was a small dot at first, and the more we extracted it, it actually drew up and became like a big 2 to 3 inch blue dot on the seat. Couldn't do anything about that. It was crazy. Alcantara. Yeah, I've seen guys extract Alcantara, but usually you don't. Usually you can steam and get away with it because, like you said, it is a thin material, and you can usually get away with just steaming it and wiping up with towels, and you should be good with Alcantara. But I've seen guys extract it before, so. Let's see, what else? Any other questions? Any other questions you guys have too? And I'm going to try to do this every Sunday if I can, at least for an hour, maybe less. We'll see how much time I have on Sunday evenings. You have a tip for, hey, what's up, Blue Tech? Tip for removing blood and wine: 3 drops of paint thinner, let it sit for 5 minutes, use a brush and a carpet cleaner. Really? That's interesting. Right on the fabric or the carpet? It said 3 drops of paint thinner. Or is that like little drips of blood or something like that? Yeah, okay. Oh, that's interesting. Wow. And no detrimental effects to the fabric? Doesn't like change of color or anything like that? I've never used any type of paint thinner or lacquer thinner on carpet and upholstery. I've used it on leather, I've used it on interior plastics before to get rid of ink. You gotta be really, really careful with it because it does discolor. But when you need to get out something that's super, super difficult, sometimes paint thinner just works. So Oh, okay. You learned that while working in the commercial janitorial industry. Oh, that's cool. There's a lot of tips, a lot of secrets when it comes to like cleaning certain surfaces that commercial cleaning guys have learned throughout the years. And I know that Nick from Hawk Pro, he's got some experience with carpet cleaning, and I do want to get that solution that he talks about, that bio break, and then the ice flex ice that he puts in his machine. Um, I haven't gotten those things yet. It's about $50 for those big dry powder barrels of them. Um, I just haven't tried it yet. I did get a acid rinse for the extractor to neutralize alkaline cleaners. So that actually does seem to work really, really well, really, really well. So you put like a few ounces in the 3 gallons in the extractor, and then you can use that as a rinsing agent for extracting the carpets. So I don't put any of my cleaner in the extractor. I spray it, agitate it on the carpet, on the surface first, and I use the extractor as the as the final rinse, I should say, the rinse and extraction part. So you put an acid rinse in there or a fiber rinse, and it neutralizes the cleaner. So I just started using that, and it seems to be really working on the carpets that I've been doing lately. So Blue Tech, you did that for 20 years. Wow, that's awesome. So carpet cleaning, best option with aerosol type cleaners. So I was actually having really good success with using the new Turtle. It's not new; it's been out for a couple of years. The Turtle Wax aerosol upholstery cleaner, their carpet cleaner, their interior one, the foam. That stuff is really good, and it's actually surprisingly strong. It's a lot stronger than I thought. I mean, it's not like caustic smelling, but it is nice that it's in a foam formula because it's drier, and that stuff just works so good. I was really impressed. I'm waiting for a really gross vehicle, gross interior carpet upholstery to use that foam on and see how well it does. Watch out! Oh, gauges. You said stop fading away. Sorry, the text, the messages will keep fading away as I try to read them. Looked like you had a blast at the Turtle Wax event. Can't see. Yeah, I can't wait to see the reviews. So I should be getting our new Hybrid Solutions products this week. Um, I'm really excited about using them, and especially just using them in our jobs in the real world. So hopefully, I will take some time out of our day when we're on the job doing exterior, parts of the vehicle, and show you what these products can do. And especially, full sun. At least now we're getting cooler weather. It's not super hot out anymore. We don't have the high humidity. It's now dry. Some hot days, some warm days, I should say. It's not really hot. But yeah, now it's getting into the cooler weather, so I'm sure it'll perform fine now. The real test will be next summer to see how well it does in high heat and humidity. So, just bought a 2019 Kia Optima. Want to add some protection to the paint. Should I clay and add a wax or just dry? Oh, I'm just a do-it-yourselfer. Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, check the paint. See how smooth it is. When you wash it, does it feel gritty? Does it feel slick and smooth? If it's slick and smooth, you probably don't need to clay it. Um, Maybe the bottom portions, check the bottom portions and see if you need to clay those areas. Maybe you might need to. But I would definitely, whatever protection they put on the dealership, who knows what they put on there. If it's cheap products, something that doesn't last long. Definitely pick up a good paint sealant. If you're going to be if you're in an area where you're heading into the winter, and you have, snow and sleet and junk on the road, get a good paint sealant. I do like Menzerna Power Lock. That's an amazing sealant. I also like lithium, the lithium line of stuff. So this is their sealant squeal. So this is a really, really nice sealant. I love this stuff. Very easy to apply. It says you'll get 12 months. Realistically, I usually cut that in half, maybe 6 months. I don't know, you might get more. If you maintain it well, you should be able to get more out of it. And you can use their Luster Lube as a drying aid. And this does have polymers in it. It's like considered like a spray wax. So you can get those items and seal your paint and use that to dry it and add protection. You should get about 6 months of protection with that, as well as your exterior trim. I know if it's a brand new car, your black exterior plastic trim is probably going to look perfect. put this on it anyway, because it's just added protection. That way you won't get any fading or anything like that. Let's see. Do you have any recommendations for a reasonable price extractor for a weekend warrior? It's under 500. You know, I think the Mighty Lights. Well, you know what? I prefer the Mighty Lights because that's what I've had. But I've thought about getting those Bissell Pro little extractors. There's a lot of guys on YouTube that use them, and they love them, and they work really, really well. And they're still hot water extractors. So I forget what the number is, 3624, something like that, but it's the Bissell Pro, and it's a heated extractor. So, and it has two different heads, like a 6-inch carpet head and then a smaller, like 3-inch carpet upholstery head. And I see a lot of guys using those online, and they work really, really well, and they're like 150 bucks, 170 bucks, something like that. I'd probably go with that first and see if you like it. And then if you need more, bump it up to the Mighty Lights, like the Tempo. There's a heated version of the Mighty Light Tempo. And that's a smaller, like 2-gallon or something like that extractor. And it's still heated, so. And it's got the power, you know. So that should be perfect for weekend warrior or do-it-yourselfer. So this tip is off subject, but removing hard water, calcium from glass, use a 32-ounce spray bottle with half Coca-Cola and half cheap vodka. Spray on glass, let it sit for 10 minutes, and it comes off. Well, that's a cool tip. Coke and vodka. Cheap vodka. Does it have to be cheap vodka? Does it have to be Coca-Cola? Can it be like a knockoff Coca-Cola? No, but that's a really cool tip. Interesting. Let it sit on there for 10 minutes. You have to probably keep spraying it on there because I'm sure within 10 minutes it's probably going to dry, but that's really interesting. Cool. Thanks, Blue Tech. How do I deal with carpet that's sort of stiff because of dust and grime being stuck on it? Ugh, that's annoying. Depending on the nap of the carpet, like what type of carpet it is, you can try the drill brush. Just be careful. Make sure it's a softer version of the drill brush because it could rip it up completely. So be careful with that. But a drill brush should break it up. And if it's not going anywhere, then try using water on it, you know, warm water to soften up the fibers and whatever that dirt and stuff. It might become a sludge because you get dirt mixed in with the fibers, but you should be able to warm that up with hot water, or if you have a steamer, use a steamer. But agitation and hot water on those fibers should break up all that nastiness in the carpet that if it's gotten all stiff. Ugh, that stinks. What's up, A&A? Professional Services. How's it going, man? Best way to clean seatbelts. Seatbelts stink also. Man, there are some things in the vehicle that are just horrible to clean. Some guys have good success with it, others do not. I've had seatbelts that came out great, you know, little spots on them, little stains, and they came out great. I use a steamer. And then other times, I try extracting them, like I'll pull everything out and put it onto the seat or onto the carpet and extract the seatbelt, and nothing happens. Looks the same. It's the type of fabric that it is, too. So that it's not like upholstery, it's not like carpet, it's a safety fabric. It's a different type of fabric. So you also have to be careful with it. I've heard with seatbelts that if you are overly aggressive in cleaning them, it compromises the safety of the belts. So be careful with that, I guess. But use a good cleaner, agitate brushes, and if you have a steamer, that would probably be your best bet. I did do one the other day where I just went to town and just steamed the whole belt, and it did look much, much better, about 50% better. And you can see all the gunk in it kind of dripping off of it, and you just soak it up with a microfiber towel. But don't try to get a seatbelt 100% because you never will. You just never will, unfortunately. Comment on wash mitts. Also, did you try... Oh, hey, yeah, yes. Living away, yes. I did try the cheap glass cleaner with the Lemon Joy. Okay, hold on. Okay, so I couldn't find Lemon Joy locally. So I bought it off of Amazon. It was like $5. $5 for this little tiny bottle. But I wanted to do what you said and get the ultra, the lemon joy, the lemon scented. So I did. I got distilled water. I didn't have reverse osmosis water. Distilled water should be the same. It should work. So I put a 32-ounce bottle. I mixed up about 30 ounces, and then about a tablespoon or so of isopropyl alcohol. I had 71%, so I did a little bit more than just a teaspoon, I think, like you had mentioned. So maybe like 2 or 3 teaspoons of the 71% isopropyl alcohol. And then literally like 3 drops or so, 3 or 4 drops of the lemon joy in there. And the inside of my Avalon's windshield was starting to fog up. It was having like a film on it, and it removed it perfectly. So I saw it in the sun the other day, and it was like crystal clear, perfect. No smearing, no smudges, nothing. I just used 2 microfiber towels. I drenched one with the solution, cleaned it, then used a second one to buff it dry. Perfect. So I want to do a video on that, maybe use it out in the field too, detailing in the sun and all that, and see how it responds. But man, good tip. That was a really good tip. I really like that. So I'll have a recipe for do-it-yourself glass cleaner compared to other glass cleaners. So thank you for that tip, by the way. Back to wash mitts. So I have these wash mitts. I have links. I think they should be down below in the description or on our website on the products page. These mitts look like the blue version of the G-Technic mitts. They're a little bit thinner. They're not super thick like the G-Technic ones, but I love those. I bought 2 of them, and I'll just, use one when I'm done with it, wash it, and then pull out the other one and keep rotating with those wash mitts. I really like them. And then I have other little bug sponges, a bug sponge on one side and like a chenille mitt on the other. Those I use for the bottom portions of the vehicle. So those nice mitts, top portions about halfway down, and then I have other mitts that I only use on bumpers and lower portions only. So I don't cross-contaminate those. Let me look back on some of the comments. I know quite a few have been commenting on here. I want to welcome everybody who's coming on here and asking questions. It's really awesome. How you doing? Like watching you. Been in the field for 30 years. Awesome, Sean. Very nice. Miller Detailing. How's it going? Thank you. Yeah, thanks for checking out our channel, enjoying our channel. And I am going to try to do lives more often. I think it would be nice to do. Yeah, you're welcome, Keith. Yeah, for answering your question. You're welcome. That's some of your favorite 1 steps in the hot sun. Oh, what's some of my favorite 1 steps in the hot sun that wipes off well besides HD Speed or 3D1? Let me think. I have used the Meguiar's polish and wax. I have that in the trailer. I don't have it here right now. I forget what it's called. I forget the number to it. But their polish and wax, that was actually pretty decent. That works in the sun. The stuff I referred to before, the Seal and Squeal, lithium Seal and Squeal, I use this in the full sun, and great results. Except this doesn't have enough. This doesn't have cut like 3D Speed does or 3D1. But this still works really, really well. It works out, in the sunlight, no problem. So I do like that a lot. I think that's about it as far as 1-step products that I currently have right now that I use. What's up, Paul Dalton? Good to have you here. Let's see. Oh yeah, so Living Away, can't wait to see your future reviews of the turtle wax. Yeah, me too. I am really excited about that. I mean, from what I have seen, I got to use all the products there. What I really like is that their polish and wax, their ceramic spray coating, which that one is a big one, and their wet wax, which is, you could apply it wet onto the panel. So that's like a maintenance protection. And that stuff is insane. When you apply it to the paint, instant water beading, beautiful, very easy to apply, acts as a great drying aid. And the plastic, so we did it on a Jeep. So you know how much plastic Jeeps have. Their mirrors and the fenders, it was dead flat. And then we sprayed it on there, wiped it dry, and hit it with the hose, and it beaded like it was ceramic coated. You know, those tight beads on black textured plastic. Very impressive. So I'll definitely be using that in the real world. So Thank you, Paul Dalton. Yeah, I appreciate that. The interior detail. Yeah, I gotta get more of that. I do have some more coming out. We did this old Chevy truck. Look like it looked like it had some rats or squirrels in the back, so that should be a good one to watch. With some nice extracting shots of both the seat. The seats weren't bad, but the carpets were pretty grungy. So I got some good, drill brush action and carpet extracting action on there as well. So that'll be probably in like 2 weeks or so. Um, let's see. Gotta check out some of the other comments and questions in here. Rag Company has a Cyclone wash mitt for 15 bucks and a knockoff. Oh, okay, yeah. So I haven't tried the Rag Company one yet. I'm sure it's good though. But I do get kind of like the knockoff brand wash mitts from Amazon. They're cheap. Yeah, I think it was like 15 bucks for two of them. But they work really well, so I like them. They're great. Do I like the chenille or wool wash mitts? Do you like pads or mitts? I guess I never put my hand in the pad. I mean, in the mitt. So I use it like a pad. But I like those wash mitts. Um, those blue and white ones that look like the G-Technic ones. I just blanking on the name. I don't know what they're called. But you can get them on Amazon. Again, I think I might have the links to them down below. They come in a pack of two, and they're great. They hold a lot of soap and water, and I use it like a pad. I don't put my hand in there. I just think it's inconvenient for me because I'll be dunking it back in the bucket, and so yeah, I like those wash mitts a lot. So. Oh, so Paul says turtle wax coming my way. Ooh, nice. All right, I'd love to see your thoughts on it. So, what's the worst vehicle we've done? Man, I think it is that one that we did the video on in that Jeep a couple of years ago. That one was really, really bad. Oh, wait. It depends on, I guess, how you want to view bad. The Jeep that we did a couple of years ago was bad. I mean, it had food in it. It had tons of dog fur. It smelled gross. It was bad. However, we just did a vomit job last week. I didn't get to film it, at least not the during. I got before and afters. That's it. But I had to crack on with the job. It was so gross. It was inside and outside of the vehicle. It was like projectile explosion vomit everywhere. It was in a cute little like Mercedes GLK, I think, like the smaller SUV version. And the guy was in the passenger seat and just vomited everywhere, and it got onto the dash, the seats, the carpets, everywhere in the carpet, the windows, the doors, the headline, the entire headliner, all the way to the back glass. It was disgusting. It was messed up. And it was a last minute job, so the customer was very, very happy that we were able to do it. Man, it was nasty. So I was going to put my camera, and I didn't have my GoPro, my new GoPro at the time. So if I had the GoPro, I would have done it. But I couldn't place the camera anywhere in the vehicle. It was so bad. That was disgusting, but it wasn't like heavy cleanup in a different, in a different way. I view bad as in that combined with dog hair and difficult carpets and difficult upholstery and all that stuff. Man, that was really gross. That was disgusting. So there's been quite a few nasty jobs that we've done. So let's see some of the comments here. Let's see. What's my favorite AM Details product? Ooh, yeah. So I used a bunch of them. I'm actually chucking away some of the bottles. I like the APC a lot. This stuff smelled really good and it cleaned really well. And it was excellent as a pre-wash for like bugs and road grime and stuff. It was really nice. So I love their APC. I love their iron remover. That was really good. I think I used all that up. I wasn't a big fan of the wheel cleaner itself. I didn't think it was like the AM wheels. It was good, but man, some of the wheels that I do are so bad that I need an acid-based cleaner. So this worked well on well-maintained wheels that were clean enough, but it didn't have enough bite. I needed more. So I deal with a lot of vehicles that have baked-on brake dust really, really bad, and I need something stronger. So my favorite wheel cleaner for really bad wheels is Meguiar's Wheel Brightener. acid-based, but it's the most effective on really nasty wheels. Not for maintenance or anything like that. It is designed for heavy baked on brake dust. I also tried the P&S Brake Buster. Brake Buster? Yeah, Brake Buster. I forget what it's called. And same thing. It's not an acid base, but I compared the two, and I actually have a video on that coming out later, comparing like when to use an acid-based cleaner, when to use a non-acid-based cleaner. And I use those two products, the P&S Brake Buster and the Wheel Brightener. And I show you on a pretty bad wheel what both can do. So I have that video coming out soon, kind of like a challenge video, I guess you can call it. I love their waxes, the AM little paste waxes. They come, I had the little samples like that big. Those are really nice. I actually have that on the hood of my Sequoia right now and still beating up. I use their blue premium wax and then their like red ceramic wax, and that stuff is nice. Really, really nice stuff. I love it. What's up, Snap Mobile Detailing? Awesome. Good to see you in here, man. Let's see. Tips for removing traffic film between letters in logo. The brush didn't work. Try the steamer. If you have a steamer, try that. If it doesn't, I've seen guys where they will take polish, you know, M205, 210, M105 or 110, some sort of a polish, or even HD Speed, an all-in-one, and Q-tips, or let's see if I have. Do I have any here? Oh yeah. I bought a thing of these little skewers with a sharp end, and you can get a microfiber towel and put a little bit of polish, like, you know, put that polish on the microfiber end and get into the letters and basically polish out that grime between the emblems in the letters. If that doesn't work, I guess remove the emblem, get a new one, polish it, and have a clean base and put on the emblem or the lettering. I've done that before on some vehicles where the customer wanted it off and a new one put on. And you can get a lot of those emblems aftermarket, cheap, you know, anywhere. So that could just be a real pain. Let's see. How do I like the Meg's Citrus Power Cleaner? I like it. I really like it. It reminds me of the old All-Purpose Cleaner Plus. I don't know why they took it away. Everybody loved it and they took it away. And this seems like they just brought it back and renamed it something else. But it is pretty powerful. I like it on carpets and upholstery. It is really nice. Oh, Tony said that was the first video. That was the first video you saw of us? Was that Jeep? Hey, what's up, Mike? Welcome. Yeah, that Jeep was gross. I'm surprised that didn't even get. I mean, it got a lot of views, but I thought it would get more. I think the most views I had on any of my videos was like 50,000 views on like a 6-minute video. Had no intro, no nothing. It was an older video on just cleaning up a little Hyundai. And it wasn't even like a full video or anything. It was like a few shots of carpet, upholstery, cleaning up of some steering wheel, and that was it. How does that get 50,000 views? I don't get it. And then I have other ones that are like in-depth, gross vehicles. Are people like, meh? I don't know. It's weird. Snap. What product are you using on glass? So I'm going to have a video coming out soon because I still have to test it. But you see the Lemon Joy behind me right there? One of my subscribers was just on here and mentioning this cool recipe that he said it wasn't him, it was another guy that he got this recipe from, but a simple recipe for making a glass cleaner. So it's like 32 ounces or 30 ounces of distilled water, a couple of drops of Lemon Joy, and like a teaspoon or two of isopropyl alcohol, and that's it. So I assume you could probably use something else other than Joy. You know, you can maybe use another one, but he had said, Linaway, he just said, it's got to be the Lemon Joy. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to go with that. I don't know what's in here that makes it different, but it works really well. I tried on the inside of my glass, my windshield, because I had a lot of film in there, and it cleaned it up beautifully. So I'm going to try to use it in the sun and see what happens. Glass cleaning, I've learned also, it depends a lot. It's also like towel dependent. So some guys like to use those really thin, low nap towels. Sometimes I do, but then I find over time those will also leave lint and not clean as well, wash after wash. the best ones that I've used, and actually my wife will attest to this because she's like, these towels are not working. She goes and gets a brand new fluffy yellow Kirkland towel, and perfect. Now all the glass is perfect. So you can't use the same towel over and over and over and over and over. It'll eventually, run its course and it won't work anymore as a glass towel. Same with the paint and everything else. Those towels, they have a lifespan. So once she pulled out a brand new yellow Kirkland towel for glass cleaning, she's like, these towels are the best. They work the best. I'm like, it's also a brand new towel. Wait till it gets a couple of washes and then see what happens. But yeah, it's also towel dependent. Some towels just don't clean glass very well. If they're too fluffy or if they're too short, they also don't clean glass very well. So it's kind of weird. Thoughts on the graphene sealants? Yeah, I saw Apex review on it, and he was talking about the IGL. That is very interesting. So yeah, that'll be the next phase, I guess. We'll see where that takes us. It probably won't phase out SiO2 very soon, but very interesting to see where that takes us with that type of protection. He just put out another one testing it. I didn't get a chance to watch it yet. I want to see how well it actually holds up. I think he did some torture tests. So that'll be pretty cool. So Linaway, you said it has to be Joy. How come? I want to know why. What is it? What is it about Joy that it has to be that? Is it some sort of additive in it? I know all these different soaps will have different things in them. Is it just biodegradable too? No phosphates. That's good. Does it have some sort of a drying aid? It says, if swallowed, drink a glass of water. That's nice. If Joy gets in your eye, rinse thoroughly with water. So I don't know. That's interesting. Not for use with automatic dishwashers, of course. Do not add bleach. So maybe it's some sort of additive in here that makes it a really, really good glass cleaner. So that's interesting. So let me just look down some of the comments. And lemon original. I don't know. Is this original? This is Joy Ultra. Lemon scent. It looks original. It's the only one I could find. So I don't know, but it works. So it worked great as the glass cleaner in that recipe. So we'll see. What's my go-to trim restore? I have a couple of different ones. Really loving the lithium trim serum. That stuff is awesome. But on my mobile jobs for, ease of use with especially windshield cowls that are textured and all that stuff and have the vents, I will use the Stoner's Trim Shine aerosol. So this stuff, and I guess it's not like a really permanent type of trim restore or anything like that, but it does a really good job, and it'll last for a few weeks. The lithium trim shine stuff lasts much longer, and if you want to go ceramic, then like the C-Quartz Deluxe, I love that stuff. The G-Technic C4 and the Geon trim. What else? I think that's about it. I love those. For ceramic ones, those work amazingly. And even on super faded trim, wipe it with isopropyl alcohol, prep it, and coat it with the trim restore like that. The ceramic ones, awesome. Let's see. Really? So, Linaway says about the Lemon Joy, the guy told me, and he's tried others, and it didn't work? Really? Interesting. Okay. Oh, but that is the right one. Okay. Very interesting. I wonder why. Well, some sort of interesting secret recipe, I guess. Something with that Lemon Joy. I mean, I have a lot of it now, so I guess, I don't know, someone do the math. If you put 2 drops of Lemon Joy, this is a 12.5 ounce bottle. How many gallons of glass cleaner can I get out of this? It's probably like hundreds of gallons of glass cleaner. So someone asked, how long does it take to detail an interior like you film if you were to do it alone? I don't know if it's my OCD or improper technique, but I feel that I take a lot of time to do it. Oh yeah, I mean, if I was to do it alone, ugh. I've never done a really bad interior completely by myself. I just never have. My wife Jess is always with me, and she's always with me with the jobs anyway, and always doing half of the work. So with some really bad jobs, it's taken us up to 5 hours before with two of us. That's up to 10 man hours. I mean, a job like that could potentially take me all day, from 9 to who knows at night. It could be crazy. It could take a long, long time. So yeah, a good day, maybe a day and a half for a really gross interior if you're getting everything as much as possible. So if you want to take the seats out, I might start offering taking the seats out. I'm doing mobile jobs. Everybody's like, why don't you take the seats out? Trust me, if you're mobile, taking the seats out is very inconvenient, and you don't always have the space for it. You just don't. If you're sometimes I'm working on a street, and cars are passing by, and I have just a few feet, and that's all I got. I just got to work with it. I got no space to put seats anywhere and take them out. None. So I work with what I have, and all the tools that I have, I'll be able to get under the seats and everything. I just can't remove the seats. In between and the side there, I can get into there. I have tools and air compressors and stuff that I can clean all that out. Is it as effective as taking the seats out? Probably not. But then again, I'm a mobile detailer. There's only so far I can go. Only so much I can do. If they want to bring the vehicle to me and have me remove the seats, I would charge a little bit more to remove the seats, and the job would be a little bit more thorough, but I would also charge more. So, you know, you weigh it all, and you figure out what you need to do. So, let's see, what else? Oh, Mike, they're not going to be at the Walmart yet. It's a late release. I think they're going to be releasing it. They said it was supposed to be the 1st of November, but now they pushed it to the 11th, I think. So, you might have to wait a little bit longer. Sorry. But don't worry, they'll be going there. They might sell out fast. So look, guys, if you guys are interested in the Turtle Wax lineup, as soon as you hear that it's out, or pre-buy it online too, as soon as you hear that it's out, literally go to your Walmart or Pep Boys or, wherever they're going to have it, and get your hands on it, because I think it is going to sell out quickly, like crazy. Let's see. It doesn't look like you use much Carpro products. Well, I use the ceramic products a lot. Let's see if I can position the camera here and show you what I use. So right there, like those are 4 boxes of Sea Quartz 3.0 Deluxe. All the bottles there. I don't use like their interior stuff. But their coatings, yes. I love the Carpro line of coatings. I got some Carpro Pearl, that pearl up there, an eraser, their fabric stuff there. But yeah, that's about it. Oh, I have their Carpro Essence that I use, their polish, mostly for coatings. So I don't have a lot of their interior stuff. I'll probably get some more from Car Guy Supplies and do some more interior stuff. They have a couple of other products that I am very interested in using. But I love their coatings. Let's see. So someone says, I gotta go down these. Oh, hey, what's up, Andrew? Welcome, new people. After paint correction, trash paint, do you ever tell customers not to take the car to weekly car wash because scratch? Oh yeah, definitely. Oh yeah, I tell them, and usually they're like, "Oh, I'll never bring it anywhere else again." I'm like, good, wash it yourself. You need to take care to wash your vehicle very carefully, especially jet black. You know, and usually if it's like that, I offer my own maintenance program and come back, you know, quarterly, and take care of it. Like that black Corvette that we did, which owner has since sold it and got another Tesla, which we still have to do a coating on. I'm waiting for him to contact me. But yeah, it was a jet black Corvette, and man, I think it took forever to correct, but it looked so good. It looked really, really nice. But he never took it through any car washes, no way. Oh, okay, Linaway, it's 2 drops per quart. It was hard to determine drops. It came out like a squirt. So I tried. It was probably more like 4 drops, but that's okay. 3 capfuls of the rubbing alcohol. So, at what percentage though? of the rubbing alcohol because I had here only like 71%. I don't know why 71. Where'd it go? Oh, I already threw it away. Um, but yeah, it depends on the percentage of alcohol too. So that's why I went a little bit more because it was already at 70%. I don't know. So someone said I won't remove the seats. It's too much of a liability, in my opinion. Yep, I agree because sometimes those bolts would be rusted. You don't want to mess with rusted bolts and end up breaking them. Oh, that'd be bad. Let's see. There's a bunch of new people. what, what is up with some of these comments? Um, okay, yeah, some of these I'm just not going to respond to. I was drinking a cup of tea. Let's see. Looking down. Have you ever tried a new product called New Wave? No. What's New Wave? Is it a company, like a new company line of products? I'd like to see that. I'd like to know what that is. Let's see. About how many ceramic coatings do you do this year, and is the demand increasing? Actually, this past year I did quite a few coatings. Man, I saved up my boxes of sea quartz and did a couple of more Geon Synchro Kit jobs. So yeah, I did a lot more this year than I had in previous years. But those are hard to get. I tried to push the videos, the ceramic coatings a lot more. But you know, a lot of the customers that I got with those coatings chose us because they saw the videos. So that helps. That actually helps a lot to put those videos out. And if someone is interested, then I'll send them a link to the video and say, you know, if you're interested in ceramic coating, go check out some of these videos, new car preps, all that stuff. New car preps are the best. I'd rather do those than a full paint correction and then coating. The new car preps are easy. And I don't know, for me, I just like to do a one step on the paint if it even needs it. Sometimes it doesn't even need it. You just polish it to clean it and, you know, using the primer type of polish and then let it sit for a few hours and then do a light wipe down and then coat it and you're done. I just love that. It's so nice. It's so easy. It's very satisfying. So let's see, what else? Oh, okay, so you said the 70% alcohol? Oh, okay. Okay. Well, that's good to know. Well, whatever I used, it's working. It's working really well. So, oh, so Snap says for the inside of cars, it will change your life. It will remove stains. Okay. Well, that's interesting. New Wave. I'll look that up. I'll look that up and see. So it's an interior cleaner, I guess. Is it a like an all-purpose cleaner or just a basic interior cleaner? Do you dilute it? Like, I gotta look that stuff up and see what it's about. So, let's see. So someone said you have swirls. You can't really see under lit LED lights. Brought it. Oh, but you can see it in bright sunlight only. Do you think you can get them out by hand with a few turtle wax? Porsche and chalk. So if it's just, you can see it in the sun. That's interesting. Like just light spider webbing type of swirls. If that's it, that turtle wax stuff might be able to work if you use a cutting pad, either the Meguiar's cutting discs or maybe like a medium to heavy cut foam pad. If you're gonna do it by hand, I don't know. I mean, doing it by hand glosses up the paint, but removing swirls by hand is insane. That's really, really difficult to do. So, I don't know. I would definitely suggest if you have light swirls like that, a machine polishing would be much, much easier. What would I suggest for car soap? I right now, I've been using this for years. The Chemical Guy Citrus Washing Gloss. That's kind of fallen off, you know, the planet. Not a lot of detailers use it anymore. There's so many other soaps out there. I know the Adams soaps, everybody loves those. But I use the Chemical Guy's Citrus Washing Gloss all the time. I love it. I do have the Chemical Guys Mr. Pink and another one. I've used all of the Meguiar's Hyper Wash and their Shampoo Plus, which those are good too. I actually did like the Hyper Wash, but the Citrus Wash and Gloss I just have come in on Amazon on a regular order, and it's nice to use. Foams up really, really well. It's nice and slick. I really like it. It doesn't leave any type of residue, not for me. It works great. I use it on ceramic coated cars, waxed cars, and it's diluted enough so that it doesn't strip anything, because it can be more of an alkaline, type of cleaner, but I haven't had any problem with it. I really like it. So, let's see. Do you think the market will be saturated with ceramic products? If yes, then what? Buy every brand. I know, so many products. I really like Darren from Auto Fetish's mindset when it comes to that. There is so much hype. There's so much complicated stuff out there when it comes to products. And I try not to get caught up in some of that, trying every product out there, because I don't have the budget for it. I don't have the time for it. And some of the products are not the greatest. So I'm not going to try to find that out myself. If anyone wants to send me stuff, send me stuff. I think I have my address down below if you want me to try out a product and say, hey, I like this product, it works for me, I consider it to be the best. Let me check it out. I'll check it out. But again, I think so much of that is subjective, because not every car is the same. Not every filthy car is the same. You come across carpets that look bad on video, or look bad from one car to the next, but the carpets could have been cleaned by somebody else. There could be residue in that carpet, or it's a different type of fiber, or it's a different type of drink stain or food spill or whatever. So to say this product works every time, maybe in your world it does, because you're working on vehicles that for some reason, certain types of vehicles that you're working on, the carpets just seem to always clean up fine, or maybe people aren't drinking certain drinks in that vehicle. There's so many variables to that. So to say one product works the best for everything, I don't believe in it. I just don't, because I've used certain products and they don't work on a carpet or upholstery. And then I'll take one that I've been using for a long time, hit it, and then it works. It's subjective. There's so many variables. So when it comes to ceramic products, again, so many variables. And Turtle Wax and many other companies, when they say ceramic, it is also a type of, again, that can be a buzzword. What type of ceramic? It's an SiO2, but I'm no chemist, but there are also, from what the research that I've done, different types of SiO2s, or different versions of what people consider SiO2s. So it could be that linked with another polymer, or linked with something else. It could be a lot of different variables within the SiO2 world, what people call ceramic. So that's really interesting. I know they just try to, a lot of companies will just say ceramic, and they think, in people's minds they'll think coating. Well, it's not necessarily going to be like a traditional coating. But again, so many different options when it comes to ceramic products. They'll probably eventually all go in that route, and there'll be boutique products that are still wax or sealant polymer based, or carnauba wax based. That'll be more boutique-y. And ceramic, or even the new, the graphene, that will also be a new type of protection that'll gradually make its way in, and we'll see what that. Yeah, see, yep, graphene wave is next. Exactly, Andrew. Yep. So we'll see what that does. So, oh, okay. Have a good night, Snap. Making corned beef brisket. Oh man, that sounds good. Yeah, I'm gonna have to be getting off here in about 5 minutes too. My wife is making dinner, and we'll be having dinner this evening, so that'll be nice. Let's see. What do you suggest for a DA polisher for someone just for their cars, not a pro detailer? The Porter cable. That's my go-to. You can get the other cheaper ones, but I don't know. I've never used those other cheaper ones. They're like $50 on Amazon or eBay. I would just go with the Porter cable 7424 XP. It's like a staple. It's so many detailers start with that and they love it, and it's a heavy duty machine. So you shouldn't have any problems with that. And get the 5-inch pad. Don't get the 6-inch pad that comes with it. I never use it. Chuck it. The 5-inch pad or 5-inch backing plate, and use 5.5-inch pads. Or if you want to bump it up to 6-inch, you can, but 5.5-inch seems to be perfect. Or if you can get exact cut 5-inch pads for your backing plate, you get better control. The 5-inch backing plate and pads are, I believe, better. They spin more. You know, the larger backing plate and pad you have on that Porter cable, the less it's going to spin. It has too much surface area to cover. So 5.5 or 5-inch pads and backing plate on the Porter cable, perfect. You'll have enough rotation and spin, and it'll actually do work. It'll cut or polish. So yeah, the Porter cable 7424 XP are really, really nice. What products are expensive that you have tried and were disappointed with? Good question. Okay, I know one. I actually didn't buy it, but a client of ours did, and she bought, oh man, now I can't remember what that, it's a boutique wax. I can't remember if it's Auto Finesse. It was one of their like fruity scented paste waxes. They're like luxury paste waxes. And she bought it, was like $125 or $150, something like that, for this little like 4-ounce plastic tub of it. It was nice. Like, it was nice to apply and remove, but it only lasted like a month. I would have thought, and I know a boutique carnauba wax is not supposed to be durable or anything like that, but in my world, I want more durability. It looked nice. You know, that's what you were getting from it, was the warm glow, and it was really nice, and it smelled nice, and workability was decent even in the sun, but it only lasted a month. I'm like, ah, man, $150 just for that, and you have to do it every month. I'm not impressed. If you have a car, a fancy garage queen, and you have the money to spend and the time to spend on it, you can get a fancy wax like that and enjoy it. But for me, I wouldn't ever buy boutique type stuff like that you just don't need. It's too expensive, way too expensive. Do you spray air fresheners? I don't use any air freshener at all. Any scent that's going to come into the vehicle is going to be from the products themselves, which I have quite a few different, you know, the APCs and stuff, citrus stuff smells nice and citrusy, but I don't spray any air fresheners at all. Many of our customers don't want any scents in the vehicle. They kind of want it left neutral. Just clean, neutral, that's it. Any of the residual scent from the cleaners will dissipate pretty quickly anyway, within like an hour or so. But yeah, I don't use any air fresheners at all. Have I tried Simple Green? I have used Simple Green, but not on upholstery and carpet. I could try that. That's actually pretty cheap to get. You can get that anywhere. I can try that for carpets and upholstery. I'm not a fan of the smell of Simple Green, though. I've used it before in the past when I used to do commercial cleaning. I only did like a little bit of commercial cleaning. When I lived in Vermont, I worked at Cabot Creamery. You know, like the Cabot cheese and all that stuff. I lived like 20 minutes from there. And my first job ever, like real job, was cleaning. I cleaned the cheddar rooms where they make all the fancy Cabot cheddar, and their offices and a bunch of other stuff. I did that for like not even a year. A friend of mine had a cleaning business there, but I used to use that Simple Green, and I remember the smell. I'm like, I wasn't a fan of the Simple Green, but it did clean well, so it is used as a commercial cleaner. So, all right, guys, I think I'm going to wrap it up here. I just got about a minute or so, but I want to thank everybody for joining me, asking some really good questions, had some good back and forth, you know, and really appreciate that. So hopefully, I believe next Sunday, we should be able to do this again. So stay tuned for next Sunday, and I'll try to shoot for around 5 o'clock. I know I did a little bit early today, but I'll try to shoot for 5 o'clock and do it for about an hour or so, and hopefully chat with you guys next time. So enjoy the videos that will be coming out. I have one coming out tomorrow on this kind of a busted old Ford Edge, and it's mostly exterior. The interior was actually clean, which is crazy, but the exterior was beat up. So enjoy that video tomorrow. That drops tomorrow at 6 a.m., and hope you enjoy that. So you guys have a good night. We'll see you next time. Take care.